Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Katarina and today we'll go through quite a fun creative sequence that I'm sure you'll enjoy. It's meant to be a full body flow, so opening up and strengthening the whole body. We'll start on our hands and knees. So you can bring your hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and just start to ground down through the finger pads, through the knuckle pads, to find a grounding through the hands. And we'll start to move with our breath through cat-cow. So as we inhale, we drop the heart, lift the chin, lift the sitting bones. And then as you exhale, you can draw the chin in and round through the spine. And inhale, drop the heart, open up, pull the shoulders back, and then exhale, round. So starting to connect to your breath through this first movement. Big, deep inhales and exhales. Perhaps becoming more aware of the different sensations in your body as you move through movement through the spine, all the way to the shoulders and the hips, allowing to just gently start to warm you up, start to cultivate that awareness through the breath. Beautiful. With your next exhale, you can sit all the way back into a child's pose, hips over the heels. From here we inhale, move forward with a rounded spine, and then exhale, drop back into a child's pose. And then inhale, round forward again. And exhale, allow the hips to lead you as you sit back. Well done. We'll do that once more. Round, move forward. And now we stop here. Bending through the elbows, the chin and the chest come onto the mat. Sliding your hips forward. Inhale into a cobra. Exhale, come back onto the mat. Tuck your toes under. We'll push back onto hands and knees and into an active child's pose. So we have our toes tucked under, really reaching your fingertips towards the top of the mat. And then from here, we press the mat away from us through the hands, engage through the core, and see if you can lift the knees off the mat and come into a crouching position. So the hips move towards the heels. Well done. From here, we inhale, moving forward into a plank pose. And then as you exhale, crouching back towards the back of the mat again. And inhale, move forward. And then exhale, sit back. We'll do that once more, move forward, coming into that plank pose. And now perhaps going through a vinyasa. You can bring your knees onto the mat or keep them lifted. Halfway, upward facing dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Well done. You can maybe walk the feet out a few times. Bend one knee at a time. Maybe swaying the hips from side to side. Press the mat away from you. Well done. With our next inhale, we're going to ripple forward. You can round through the spine as you bring your weight onto the hands. And now staying here for a bit, we're going to make sure our wrists are warm. So coming as much forward as you can. You can even come onto your tiptoes here, and then you can move back again. And then inhale, move forward, bringing more weight onto the knuckles, the tips of the fingers, and then move back. Do that once more, moving forward. And then as you exhale, find a downward facing dog again. Well done. We breathe deep, inhale. And exhale, release. With our next inhale, we're going to move forward into a plank pose again. Now bringing our weight onto the left hand, we come into a side plank. So the left hand grounds down, right arm reaches up. If you want more support, you can always release the left knee onto the mat. You can either stay here in whichever variation, or you can step your right foot behind you and start to come into a gentle wild thing here. So the further up you move the right ball of the foot, the deeper you'll go into this heart opener. But you can make it gentle at this point, reaching your right fingertips towards the top of the mat. Good. We start to come back to center, and now see if you can hug your right knee in towards the chest and step the right foot forward towards the top of the mat. We're going to bring our left knee down onto the mat. Reach your chest forward and roll the shoulders back towards the back body. Then with the next inhale, we rise all the way up. Arms reaching up. Hips moving forward and down. See if you can hug the right foot and the left knee towards the center line. So you square through the hips. Good. Inhale here. And then exhale, we bring our hands back down onto the earth. Tuck the left toes under, lift the knee off the mat and step into a plank pose. We'll go through our choice of a vinyasa. Knees lifted or on the mat. Upward facing dog or cobra, up to you. And downward facing dog. Good. Take a full breath here before we move on to the other side. And exhale fully. We then ripple forward again, coming into a plank pose. Ground your right hand down and bring your weight onto the right hand. Left arm reaches up. Good. You can always find the extra support by bringing your right knee onto the mat. Or if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, you can bring your left ball of the foot down onto the mat behind you and start to come into a gentle wild thing here. Beautiful. Open up through the chest. Inhale. You can start to come back through center, perhaps hugging the left knee in towards the chest, and then step it forward between the hands. So that doesn't have to be one movement. You can take a few separate steps to find your way to the top of the mat. Good. Length through the spine as we reach up through the arms. The hips square, hugging the right side of the hip forward, pressing the left heel down. Inhale, length through the arms, through the fingertips, and then exhale, the hands come down. We're going to lift the right knee off the mat, finding a plank pose. You can go through a vinyasa, or if you want to go straight into a downward facing dog, you can also do that. Open up, and then push the hips back up, down dog. Well done. We'll take a big inhale in through the nose here. And exhale out. We'll keep moving through a bit of a similar sequence, but adding on quite a lot actually. So we'll start by inhaling the right leg up behind us, reaching up through the right toes. Keep your shoulders as squared as possible. And then as you exhale, hug the right knee in towards the chest and cross it over the left leg. So you come into eagle legs in your downward facing dog. Start by pressing your chest, your tummy, towards the right thigh and lengthen through the arms. Good. With our next inhale, we come forward into a plank. Legs are as they were, and bring your weight onto the right hand. The left arm reaches up. Good. Keeping your left foot pressed onto the mat, we're going to bend into the left knee. Keep pressing the right hand down. And inhale, move up towards the top of the mat through the left fingertips. Straighten the knee. And then bring your left hand onto the mat. We turn all the way over onto the left side. See if you can lift your right knee up. You can also keep it stacked next to the left, or also keep the left knee on the mat for support. Good. If you're up here, you can start to lower your right ball of the foot onto the mat and find that wild thing again. Beautiful. Open up through the chest, maybe a little bit more than the first round. And then we start to come back through center, hug the right knee in towards the chest, and step it forward between the hands. We'll keep our left hand grounded, reach the right arm up for a twist. Gazing up towards the right fingertips. Beautiful. And then as you take your next inhale, we're going to start to lift all the way up into a high lunge. Good. Keep pressing the right foot onto the mat. Keep reaching up through the arms. Take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, start to bring your weight forward. Reach up through the arms. Most of your weight comes onto the right foot. And then we'll start to hug the left knee in towards the chest, moving all the way up into a standing position. Good. Then bring a slight bend into the right knee and cross the left leg over the right leg. You can release your arms by your sides, and then we'll cross the right arm over the left, coming into an eagle pose here. Good. See if you can find a point of balance, coming into contact with your breath. Good. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you can simply release your left foot next to the right, and release your arms by your sides. We're going to reach our arms all the way overhead, lengthen through the whole body. And then as you exhale, you can dive forward into a forward fold. Lengthen as you inhale, gazing forward. You can bring your hands onto the shins. And then release your hands onto the mat. Step into a plank pose. You can go through your choice of a vinyasa or skip it. Perhaps an upward facing dog or a cobra. And downward facing dog. Well done. We have one more side to go. Now you have an idea of what's coming. So we start by lifting the left leg up behind us. Inhale. And then exhale, move the knee towards the chest and cross it over the right leg. Good. Pressing your stomach, your chest against the thigh. Lengthen through the arms, through the spine. And then as you inhale, move forward, bring your weight onto the left hand, right arm reaches up. Good. Now really grounding the right foot onto the mat. We're going to bend through the right knee, press the left hand down for support, and then inhale, come back, up and forward, reach the right fingertips forward. Then lower your right hand down, come into a side plank on the other side. Perhaps the left knee lifts all the way up. Good. You have the different variations available for you here. You can release your left ball of the foot onto the mat and find that wild thing again. Reach the fingertips towards the top of the mat. We start to come back through center. Left knee hugs in towards the chest and then step it forward between the hands. Right hand keeps grounding down and we reach the left arm up for that twist. Good. Long line from the right wrist to the left fingertips. Good. Then as we next inhale, we start to rise up into a high lunge. Reach up through the arms, ground down through the left foot, guiding the right heel towards the back of the mat. Good. Then we start to bring our weight forward so that most of the weight is on the left foot. And from here, you can slowly with control rise up, right knee in towards the chest. Bring a slight bend into the left knee and cross the right knee over. You can release your arms down. Now the left arm comes over the right. Maybe the palms come to meet. Coming into your full eagle pose here. Take an inhale. And then you can release the right leg down. Arms by your sides. Good. We reach the arms up as we inhale. And then exhale, fold over the legs. Lengthen, inhale. And then exhale. Doing whatever feels good at this point. You can go through one final vinyasa. more straight into a downward facing dog. Well done. We're going to cool this practice down pretty quickly from here. Taking one big breath here in your down dog. Inhale, fill the lungs fully. And then open the mouth, sigh the air out. Good. Then releasing your knees onto the mat. You can bring them a little bit further from each other and then sit back over the heels. Finding a child's pose. As we wind this practice down, we now release all of the movement and instead practice stillness for a few breaths here. Can you stay very present in your body, in your breath, and in this present moment, even when there's no movement? Or does it feel like your mind starts to wander, like there's a lot of chatter right away? But see if even with these mundane stillnesses where not much happens, can you still be present with yourself? Take a few more breaths, really allowing your hips to sink towards the heels. Allowing the shoulders to relax and release. And then when you're ready, you can roll the spine back up into a seat. Releasing your hands on your lap, rolling the shoulders back. See if you can find a moment of stillness here as well. Just dropping back in with yourself, with your body. And when you feel ready to end the practice, to enter your day, bring your hands to heart center, expressing gratitude, and then bowing your head towards the hands. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope you enjoyed it. These kinds of creative full body sequences are really my personal favorites, and I hope you like them too. Let me know in the comments section. I do love to hear feedback and perhaps some requests for different kinds of flows and different kinds of yoga practices. Also, please do subscribe to my channel if you enjoy practicing with me, so then you get notified each time there's a new practice here. So I'm here every week on Thursdays, and I hope I see you here next week too. Thank you.